story out of Kenya. They arrested some Belgian kids for stealing ants. Finally, something sneaking into Mexico. This parasite might take a look at Mexico and go, you know what, I could do better. Who gave money so that they could watch the ants? Welcome to That's What I'm Talking About. I'm Freddie Rubino, the podcast coming to you from the America First Warehouse, the most patriotic venue in the land. We have two guests today. One is a comedian, Scott Baker. He's locked outside, he says. So if you guys could let him in. We don't let Scott Baker in a lot because he's a thief. And there he is. And we have this man running for Congress in Long Island, Greg Hack.
Yes, sir.
Greg, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Here's Scott Baker. This is what comics do. They come in late, and then they complain about the money.
How you doing? Can I give you a hug?
No, yeah, I guess so.
How you doing?
How are you? Good.
Yes.
Good to see you.
So we're here. Don't move that chair
All right,
because they get
stand here.
crazy. So we always have comical stories for the week, but we're going to mold it a little to for Greg because he's running for Congress in Long Island,
Oh, very good.
and we're going to try and get him elected.
He's got my vote then. If Freddie says you're okay by me.
I never said he was okay.
Oh, then I'll hold off.
Right, hold on. He might not even vote for Greg.
I don't trust that guy.
Yeah. But we always start with the disgraziata of the week. And this week's disgrace of the week are the Southern Poverty Law Center. In case you're not familiar, they are called the SPLC. Huh?
They got a cool acronym.
Yeah, SPLC. You down with SPLC? So essentially, what they did was they are being investigated and being, I guess, indicted for wire fraud, conspiracy to launder money.
Yeah.
But I think the worst thing that they did was they essentially manufactured racial unrest and overall a racial bias that didn't exist so that they would be important. It's like having an agent. Your agent sets your career on fire, pisses on it, and says the only way you could come back is through me.
You had one of those, didn't you?
Yeah, two, as a matter of fact. So what they did was we're going to switch this up a little. That it's not so much how horrible they are; it's how great this country is. That the Southern Poverty Law Center that was there to point out bias and racism ran out of racism.
How great is that? They instead of saying taking a victory lap and going, guys, we did it thanks to you. We eradicated 90%
If you
of
need
racism.
us, we'll be on the beach. You know.
We'll keep an office open, but
Right.
we really don't have that much. But instead of doing that, you know what? We got nothing to do. Well, how about we just pay someone to burn crosses?
They paid to buy sheets for the KKK.
Yeah.
And how did Bed
You give
Bath
them
&
$3 million
Beyond
bucks,
go
I
out of
think.
business? With
By the
this?
way, I'm a men's large. So they funneled also donations to the LGBTQ and fluid community.
Are there more letters now? I think there's
It's
some more
fluid
letters.
now.
Oh,
It's
fluid.
unbelievable.
My wife's
Unbelievable.
fluid. Yeah, she needs to drink a quart of tequila before we have sex. So I just think this is a great testament to the United States of America that they ran out of racial unrest and bias, and they had to manufacture it, and then they're laundering money because people are saying, hey, just say we gave it to you, and then you could go buy LGBT suit.
See, that's funny. That's one way to look at it. The way I look at it is that we can't trust any of our institutions anymore. Nothing. Nothing at all.
Nothing.
Like, we give all of our tax money to like homelessness, to eradicate homelessness. But there's so many people making $1 million a year, $500,000
Right.
a year running these agencies that they have to manufacture and keep it up. They can't really eradicate it because then their jobs would disappear.
Exactly.
It's everything. There's no trust anymore.
And I don't
That's
think
why I'm running.
And I don't think it's homeless anymore, isn't it? Unhoused,
Yeah.
undocumented houses.
Yes.
You're not allowed to
Yeah,
say.
what was that
Domicile challenge.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, something along those lines. But you're absolutely right. You know what it's equivalent to? Having a gardener when you have a terrible landscape and you say, you know what, I need somebody. Well, I'm going to come in there and I'm going to fix your lawn. I'm going to get out of all the weeds and
Right.
everything. And he fixes it. And it's him sitting there in the truck going, you know what? We need to plant some more weeds in the middle of the night here.
Right.
So this guy keeps us.
Yeah,
instead
exactly.
of saying we did a great job. And you're absolutely right, because that's what I think they got so mad at Elon Musk about. You could say, well, you cut too much. You cut whatever. That could be discussed. I hate debate. That could be discussed. But you can't be against him because he eradicated fraud or tried to eradicate fraud.
Yeah, exactly. But the fraud around the country is so endemic. It's everywhere. I mean, even in the local party where I'm running. I mean, it's disgusting. I mean, I'm just trying to serve my country. I'm trying to serve the people around me. I'm putting
Right.
$1 million of my own money up, so I'm independent, so I can just tell people, listen, this is what I'm going to do as a member of Congress. This is who I am. This is what you can expect from me as a member of Congress. And they fought me every single way because they have their own deals.
Right.
Own
That's
deals
their own-
going.
Well, listen, if you're in the mob and you have $20 million coming
That's
in.
a great analogy.
And then some guy comes in and goes, hey, we should look into the mob.
Yeah.
Whoa, get him out. So now Greg comes in, Long Island. Long Island has its problems.
100%.
And if
yeah.
the mere fact that they're not getting fixed means that the money that's being sent to it isn't going there, which means people are getting rich. So now a guy like Greg Hack comes in and goes, let's look into this.
Yeah.
It's true.
Let's clean it up. And they go, whoa.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And that's why they're fighting me tooth and nail. My own party's fighting me tooth and nail.
Because it's the swamp.
That's exactly right. And it's the Uniparty. The Uniparty. Do you know what can I go into this?
No, go ahead.
Okay.
Make believe you're a welcome guest here.
right.
You're one of the ones who shows up on time.
I was running a very effective campaign for months before Mike LaPetri jumped in to primary me, right?
Right.
And I was hammering Tom Suozzi on his ascension to wealth, his stock trading, all that BS. He tried to raise taxes, and we were talking about fraud, right? Where's our money going? He's trying to raise taxes again, like without knowing where our money's really going, right?
Right.
So New York Post gave us some great articles and that kind of thing, and I go in to see the local Republican Party boss. At the time, I'm the only Republican candidate in the race. So I sit down with the party boss. First thing he says to me, "Oh, Tom Suozzi gave me a call for Thanksgiving. He says you're going pretty hard on him. Maybe you should lay off a little bit."
He doesn't know this is politics?
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's politics, but it's disgusting politics because I'm the only Republican in the race. He's the Republican chairman, and he's telling me to go easy on Tom Suozzi.
Right.
Come on.
Same swamp.
Yeah.
Same muck.
Well, I think that's why there's so many. Whether you and I have this discussion almost daily with people. Well, not daily, but I have it quite often because I don't understand some people that say they're no matter what Trump does, they're against. I'm not saying you got to put rose petals at his feet, but you can't just run your life on being against.
Right.
100%.
It makes no sense, especially when some of these programs, like what Musk did, is I'm going to try and cut some fraud out. Now, maybe he cut too deep.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's up for discussion. I don't like debate because debate means there's got to be a winner. Discussion means, okay, you know what, this is good. Let's try and work it out.
Right.
And
right.
you just can't run against.
They have to.
They have to.
Because here's the thing. Like he said, he's the only Republican in the race. The other Republican guy goes, hey, why don't you go easy on the other guy? Which means we've been running this machine for so long. We got nothing to say. He can't come to you and say, oh, yeah, don't vote for him. Look what I've done. What have you done? Homelessness has been going up. Drugs have been going up. Crime has been going up. So he's got to say, oh, I'm going to fight Trump.
That's their whole mantra.
Fight
That's
Trump.
it. That's it.
Fight Trump.
Yeah.
Fight him
There's
on
a
what?
crack house next door to me.
What do you fight? Don't fight Trump.
I was.
Fight a policy maybe, but fight Trump. So
Right.
you're telling me you don't like him? I don't care if you like him or not.
It's like my
Exactly.
wife. No matter what I do,
Fight Freddie.
fight Freddie.
I have a T-shirt made up.
Right. She has one. It says Freddie got fingered. And I don't like that.
in public.
Because what I do now.
It's your own business.
So we got 2 minutes left, and I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna switch it up and say this is a great testament to the United States, the 250 years. There is so little racial unrest and bias and there's been so little over the last 5 years that the ones we did see were actually manufactured.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, to say the Ku Klux Klan is one of the worst things in this country right now, when we haven't seen them, like there hasn't been a horrible thing that they've done.
Especially in New York, when I hear some people in New York, well, the biggest threat is white supremacy.
Right. Yeah.
How many people in white sheets do you see running around Midtown?
That's
Just
by
Hare
design.
Krishnas.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's by design. We're just, we're manipulated. We become an audience to be manipulated.
Right.
We are not represented at all. Not at all. We have the appearance of representation all over the country. That's why there's a wave of. I mean to get all too serious.
No,
that's
you got
why there's a wave of.
Someone's got it.
That's why there's a
Because I'm
wave.
going to start talking about gays soon.
But that's why there's a wave of insurgent candidates out there.
Yes.
It's unbelievable. Like the guy running against me is every single thing in his background. He is a liberal. He gets out of law school. The first thing he does, he works for Mayor Bill de Blasio.
That should disqualify you right away.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You know.
He's for Mayor de Blasio, defending the sanctuary city policies that are killing our country. He's looking to reduce Second Amendment rights. He doesn't know whether we should take away AR-15s. He's
Hold
for
that
birthright
thought.
citizenship.
I'm going to get back to you. We'll be back in 3 minutes with That's What I'm Talking About with Greg Hack and the late Scott Baker.
Most people think they have options when searching for the best deals when they travel. But here's the shocking truth. 100% of the major travel agencies are owned by just two entities, Expedia and Booking Holdings. They claim to offer the lowest rates, but due to the hotel rate parity agreement, they all have the same pricing, limiting genuine competition. When you book through these sites, you act as your own travel agent, but the profits are going to organizations that don't support our patriot values. We cannot allow that to continue. So, we decided to make travel great again by starting a US-based travel membership platform, mypatriottravel.com. We are patriots helping patriots. Together, we can disrupt the travel industry by not spending our hard-earned dollars supporting the radical left. For just $29.99 per month, you gain access to true wholesale rates on travel, saving you on average 35% and up to 65%. Book as often as you like, with no limits. Keep your hard-earned dollars in your pocket and spend them on things you need and want to support. Go to mypatriottravel.com/TAFW and grab your membership today. mypatriottravel.com/TAFW, making travel great again.
Are you a true American? Then it's time to get connected. Download the America First Media and Television app and stay up to date with real news, bold voices, and live events from the America First Warehouse. From national broadcasts and exclusive shows to comedy nights, concerts, and special events. It's all right at your fingertips. No filters, no spin, just America First. Download the America First Media and Television app today and be part of the movement.
I'm sure you guys remember the platinum single, Justice for All, with Donald Trump and the J6 Prison Choir. Well, get ready for round two. We're coming out with Anthem of the Free with High Res and the J6 Prison Choir. It's coming out now. It's pre-sale until December 19th when it drops. Get yours on all platforms, Google Play, Apple iTunes. Get it. It's going to be hot.
Justice for all, our voices ring. The anthem of the free.
It's me, Joe the Box, the America First Warehouse, most patriotic venue in all the land.
The America First Warehouse, a beacon for all to see. A symbol of unity. For the patriots of America, we stand tall and free. In the America First Warehouse, where our hearts will always be.
pie. Everybody likes Arnold pie.
And we are back at the America First Warehouse, the most patriotic venue. We have Greg Hack here, running for Congress in Long Island. Scott Baker, great comedian. Mr. Hack touched on, before we went to commercial, that LePetri, he worked for de Blasio.
Yeah, the Petri dish.
Now, if you are hooked in with de Blasio, I just have one thing to tell anybody who would even consider voting for this LePetri guy. If he hooked his wagons to de Blasio lost $800 million in COVID money.
Yes, he did.
Lost. He turned around and said, I don't know where it went.
Lost.
And
Lost.
no one investigated
Exactly.
to find it. I just got a letter from the IRS. I owe $64 from 3 years ago. This is how much they could trace.
Yeah.
800. Let me tell you how hard it is to hide $800 million. It is impossible.
It's impossible.
There's a paper trail every which way it goes. So if this guy hooked his wagon to, he obviously got a piece of something.
Well, didn't de Blasio,
It was something with his wife.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
yeah,
was
it was-
given like
She
a
was in charge
non-profit with the homeless or
of
something.
of COVID.
COVID?
It was COVID
Was it COVID
money.
or the homeless?
COVID money.
COVID, okay.
Well, that's
So now you know where it went.
Yeah, and that's how they steal a lot of our money. That's exactly through those NGOs. That's how they do it.
It's
They make
exactly
deals
how
with
they do
them.
it.
I'm going to give you $1 million. You got to give me back $200,000 or $300,000 of it.
Yeah.
You know, that's what they do.
It's such a kickback. It's okay, so I'm in charge of a endless bank account. I
Right.
have taxpayer
I'd
money.
like
Right.
to know you.
So so I have taxpayer
That's why he's
money.
on the show.
It's not for my talent or my
What do you think? They're giving away $15 shirts like this?
it's not for my timeliness. So if I'm in charge of like a $100 million fund because it's taxpayer,
Right.
Yeah.
So this is my budget, and I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to give you the charitable donation. I'm going to give you. I look good in the paper saying, look what I did for homelessness.
Right.
Meanwhile, I'm giving it to you. You're going to hire all of my cousins, my friends, my uncles,
Right.
and yourself, and you're going to take that money and pay for salaries, and then you're going to kick back to the Democrat, or if it's a Republican, you're going to kick back to my campaign or the party, and that's how it keeps going. And we're
And-
sitting here with like schmucks.
100%. And
that's it.
That's the rot that's killing our country. We're in a decline because of exactly that. Did you ever think that? Do you think we sent $8 million to try and turn mice transsexual in Zaire?
No.
You know,
All the mice
That
in
went
my
in somebody's-
house are the biggest bunch of queers I've ever met. I can tell you right now.
You don't need a study for that.
No, you don't need to study for that. Well, I'm going to go to the next story. In the New York Post, a Detroit priest takes down a hit-and-run suspect. He tackled him and punched him in the face.
love it.
And what happened was that the guy was carjacking, and the cops were chasing him. He crashed the car. He got out to run. Someone yelled, "Stop!" And this guy, he's a French priest, and he tackled him. He says, "Unfortunately, I had to punch him." Okay, first of all, if a French priest takes you down,
You got bigger problems.
you lost all your street credit. You have no
exactly.
street cred.
Finally, the French win a fight.
right. Yeah, exactly.
Finally.
Imagine going to Rikers and saying, "How are you in here?" Some French priest. Oh, you're dead.
6 cops took me down. What about you? Oh, I was going high-speed chase. I crashed my car. What about you? French priest.
I guess that's a little better than the lunch lady taking you down.
Yes. Yeah.
Not much.
Not much.
Not much.
Not
yeah.
much better.
My lunch lady had arms like this. She was like, so I'm going to say that this story reminds me that the failure of these inner cities it points to two things. The family unit is done. In any low-income minority neighborhood, the family has suffered great. There's very little families to even talk about. But I think we have a failure of religious leaders in this country. And this guy brings it out that he took action, I always said, in Chicago, there's murders. It's the murder capital of the United States. and I just came from Chicago. I murdered 3 people just to fit in. I don't want to be.
Yeah, you don't want to be chastised. You don't want to be
Went
an
in
outcast.
Chicago.
Do as the Chicagoans do.
Yeah, I had a hot dog, a deep dish pizza, and I busted a cap in 3 people's asses.
At a drive-through.
But if all of these neighborhoods, the local pastor or priest took to the streets at night and said, these 2 blocks, they're selling drugs every night, there's prostitution. I'm going to go out, and we're going to bring our congregation and say, not here. That's like what Martin Luther King did.
Yeah.
He came out and he says, we're not allowed there. I'll put myself in the harm's way. And then everybody got behind him.
Right.
The priests don't do that no more. The Jewish leaders today, there is anti-Semitism like never before in this country's history. The Jewish leaders have to come out and say, we'll put ourselves in the front. We'll go to the college and say, there is no Jew-free zone.
I don't understand that for a second. I mean, I have Catholic friends and Jewish friends. There's a group called Tough Jews. It's not underground, it's like a little like social media thing.
It's about pastrami.
Yeah, it's just
Stringy pastrami. Oh, this is tough.
I'm gonna go back and get my money back.
Hey,
What are they doing here? But I've always, because my mother was Jewish, my father was Italian. So I've always, and since my last name is Baker, my family name was changed from Sabatino. Nobody knew what we were.
Yeah.
I mean, religious-wise, until they knew.
I didn't know your mother was Jewish.
Yeah, you didn't, and you slept
He's
with her.
off this show.
So he thought I was one of his people. So, but I never understood why you don't stand up. I mean,
Stand up!
And the thing that bothers me the most is, in my opinion, you're the reason why you're having so much anti-Semitism, because you kept saying, it's okay, it won't happen to us. And I remember my mother making me watch the miniseries The Holocaust back in the day. And I said, Ma, it's 30 years ago, it's not going to happen. I was a kid. She goes, you never think it's never going to happen again. And I'm seeing, and I said this the first time Trump ran, it's 1930s Nazi Germany again.
Yes.
Because when they were beating up Trump supporters going to his rallies, like, who does that?
Right.
It's just a rally.
It's so strange.
And then I thought, it's even more 1930s because you're getting the district attorney and the mayor of those cities where it's happening controlling the police commissioner. So the police are not stepping up and they're not prosecuting the people who are committing these violent crimes against the
We're seeing that all over New York
opposition.
City with Mandami. And what's with anybody who's Jewish who voted for Mandami?
I can't understand.
I got a really strong take on that. I think, and you guys will probably agree when I say it. They hate themselves or their lives so much, but they don't have the courage to say, let me fix what's wrong in my life. I'm going to vote, or I'm going to be against Trump or anybody else who is against what I think, who is living a good life. I hate myself so much. I want all you to hate it too. I don't have the courage to fix my life, so I want to wreck everything.
But this country's got to turn around, and their leaders, their faith leaders, have to turn around. And now, so you're running for Congress. You're in Long Island. There's a big Jewish community in Long Island, and I am sure if you turned around and said, "Hey, look, we're not going to stand for this in the Jewish community," you will get blowback from other political leaders saying, "Hey, what are you doing?" Because that's not popular now. But I'm sure that that's a topic for your running.
Absolutely, I hear about it all the time. I mean, I'm running to represent everybody. I mean,
Of course.
the person that sits in this seat, well, maybe not this seat, but the 3rd Congressional District seat, not that seat. But the person that sits in this seat makes decisions on behalf of 780,000 people.
Right.
I take that very seriously. I do this to the exclusion of everything else to be the best possible candidate I can be, so I can hit the ground running and be an effective member of Congress, an independent one.
Because today it's Jews. It's going to be, after they get done with them, so the small minority, it's going to be Christians.
Yeah.
What?
It's going to...
It's white male
What have
Christians.
you
Jews. You're next.
Let's get at it. Can somebody get me an Uber?
It's always going to be the next person.
Right.
I tell these people all the time, I go, hey, listen, jerk off. Can I say jerk off? I already said
No.
it.
Oh, you're talking to me?
No. The Nazis had 6 million Jews, but guess what? 5 million other people
Right.
were in those concentration camps. So when they
Yeah.
get done with the Jews, they're coming after you.
That's
So
right.
you got to stick up for everybody,
Yeah.
and no matter who they're going after, you got to stick up for them. You can't single them out. And the Mandamis of the world, or the Ilham Omars of the world, or the AOCs, even Bernie Sanders is probably the most disgusting person on the
Disgusting.
planet. You're a
Yeah.
self-loathing Jew,
Right.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah.
and you're giving the other side credit, going, "Look, we got a Jew on our side."
Right,
You know,
right,
you're
right.
a useful
But
idiot, man.
it's not
Right.
just.
Yeah,
it's-
exactly.
I mean, that's one part of it, that the Jewish leaders are not standing up and going, we're going to go to the college. 5 top rabbis with people. We're going
Absolutely.
to the college, and no one's going to have a Jew-free zone. It's the same with the Protestants and the Catholics. If there's something going on in your neighborhood, if there's if there's drug dealing, if there's drive-bys, get out in the street. You are the heart and soul of that community.
Yeah.
And I think they don't do it sometimes because of political, like no one political is going to take their back.
Yeah, well, it's funny. Like all of these things are symptoms of the real problem.
Right.
Like the extreme left of the party of the Democratic Party controls the mass of the Democratic Party, and the extreme left of the party is looking to tear apart everything that we care about, the fabric of American life, family, faith, everything else, and it needs to be attacked at its source, not the symptoms. You attack the symptoms, everything else keeps popping up, and we keep having these problems year over year. Like we have so much. Like George Soros and all that money that comes out, all this money that's used to fund these protests and everything. All that does is divide us, and it uses our constitutional protections against us to kill ourselves.
And we don't know where the money is coming from. Let me tell you, I donated $50, saved the children.
Yeah.
I've gotten calls from every charity after that. Oh, you gave $50 to save the children in 1970?
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, and you can't trace Soros's
I know.
billions?
Yeah. I have legislation drafted for that. That's going to be one of the things I
15
go on.
seconds. He's got legislation. Because you're trying to fix it,
Yeah.
you'll become enemy number one.
That's okay. I have no problem being the pincushion. None
We will be
whatsoever.
back
Don't-
with
don't-
more.
don't
with
say that in
That's
jail.
what I'm talking about right after this.
250 years ago, a nation was born. Built on courage, driven by freedom, defined by patriots who stood their ground. Today, we don't just remember that legacy, we wear it. This is more than a shirt. It's a symbol of strength, freedom, and pride. I'm Steve Stern, COO of theflagshirt.com, and I invite you to celebrate 250 years of the United States with us. Wear your pride, stand for something, get your shirts today.
Politics feeling broken? What if you could match with politicians the way you match on a dating app, but based on real values? Meet OpScore from GoUSA, the first ever values-based political matchmaker. Think Match.com for elections that aligns voters with politicians. We score politicians on a nonpartisan scale based on your priorities. Track your politician scores and take our OpScore Challenge survey to match with leaders who align with you at opscore.org. Stop voting blind. Start matching smart. Politicians work for you.
Are you a true American? Then it's time to get connected. Download the America First Media and Television app and stay up to date with real news, bold voices, and live events from the America First Warehouse. From national broadcasts and exclusive shows to comedy nights, concerts, and special events. It's all right at your fingertips. No filters, no spin, just America First. Download the America First Media and Television app today and be part of the movement.
Corporate transfer, fine professional, moving and storage, and inventory management.
If the vote count is accurate, then how come the number of voters is different? And if it's not accurate, then why was it certified? We are suing Letitia James and the New York State Board of Elections for a conspiracy against fundamental rights. This is not about who won, it's not about what party, it's about the fact that they don't care about your rights.
It's me, Joe the Box, and I'm John the Blanket with the America First podcast.
That's That's what I'm talking about. The Fred Rubino podcast coming to you from the America First Warehouse.
Welcome, everybody, to the James Justice Show, tearing these airwaves apart with all the craziness that goes on in the world.
Welcome to the Patriots podcast. Good evening, everyone.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the On the Right Side podcast here at the America First Warehouse in Long Island, New York.
Shane Jenkins here with another episode of Liberty's Cage.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to our podcast, Red, Right, and True.
We are streaming live on America First Media and Television app.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Downey Jr. podcast. Be free, stay free.
The America First Warehouse, where our hearts will always be.
We are back at the America First Warehouse, the most patriotic venue in the land. With That's What I'm Talking About, all the top stories that you never heard, and we try and make it as entertaining as possible. We have man running for Congress, Greg Hack, and Scott Baker, who will be running from the cops, probably, after this show. We have another story that just happened, I think, yesterday. Major League Baseball has warned 3 pitchers on the San Francisco Giants for writing Bible verses on their caps. The caps are special caps. The logo of San Francisco is a rainbow for Pride Month. So because they changed the caps to rainbow, it was just the pitchers, the pitcher and then 2 relief pitchers came in. The starting pitcher wrote a Bible verse next to the logo, and the relief pitcher came in, another Bible verse, and then the third relief pitcher, I guess San Francisco sucks and they can't pitch, he didn't wear the cap. He refused to wear a rainbow cap.
Good for him. Good for him.
So the Major League Baseball warned the players, you cannot write on the caps. And the Giants and Major League Baseball apologized to the LGBTQ community for having a Bible verse next. Now, the Bible verse was Genesis chapter 9, 12, 16. As you well know, he's a Bible freak, this guy. I've seen him light him on fire. No. That was the Quran, I think. Chapter 9, 12, 16 talks about how God gave us the rainbow to promise not to kill everyone on earth with water. And it was his promise of peace and connection that he promised not to come down and condemn us for our sins. So all they were doing was saying, hey, you like the rainbow? Yeah. Let me show you what the rainbow means. And the pitcher even said, this was not something out of hate. This was something out of love to show you people, yes, God loves you and forgives you, and that's what the rainbow's for. And now the LGBT community wants them to be either fined. Since when does the LGBT community dictate what this guy does?
What is their offense, though? Saying that they don't need to be forgiven? Is that their offense?
No, what they're saying is that the Bible is hateful. And they did it out of hate to say.
But there's no hate in there. I mean, so let me get this straight. I just want to get it straight. So the 2 of them wore the cap and just put a Bible phrase on it.
Genesis 9, 12,
which has nothing
16.
to do with hate or nothing to say you're
just
wrong.
Just about the
right?
rainbow. Where the Bible explains we get the rainbow.
Right.
They could have put other things on it.
But why does the NFL?
It could have been Sodom and Gomorrah. It could have been sodomy, don't bottomy.
Or the one from Pulp Fiction. Remember that one?
Yes.
Well, I mean, the NFL, they all have whatever they want on the back, whether Black Lives Matter or Choose Love. I mean, so I get league is league, but I'm not understanding. First of all, I don't even know why. Everyone claims you have to be together.
Right.
Yeah. And then everyone's got a month.
Right.
Veterans don't get a month. You get a Veterans Day. You get a Memorial Day.
Yeah.
You die for your country, you get a day. But
if you're lucky.
You keep wanting to say, like, here's a perfect example, bringing full circle, the Southern Poverty Law Center.
Right.
Creating hate.
creating hate where there is none.
I have to say, if I put 100 of my friends in the room, I'm going to tell you that 100 of them don't care who you sleep with.
Yeah.
You know, as long as it's not their wife. And some of them want you to sleep with their wife.
Wow.
I'm just saying. But most of them don't care.
Yeah.
But they manufacture this bias. But then you go ahead and you keep wanting to keep it separate. But we need a month. We need a month. No, you don't.
Right.
How about just being a San Francisco Giant fan? How about that?
But this is Major League Baseball. This is like America to the core. This is what young fathers bring their sons to and their kids to.
It shouldn't be a political message.
Right. I just came out in the New York Post. I
came out? Good for
came
you.
Out in the,
Oh, good for you.
Genesis 9,
Sodom and Gomorrah.
12 to 16.
No, but I was watching the Sports Network. You know, there was a Mets game and they had cannabis ads.
Yeah.
I mean, atrocious. I mean, that Hochul allowed that to happen in New York.
So that's
absolutely
okay.
Disgusting.
But
that's
a Bible
okay.
verse is not.
Exactly.
I mean, it's unreal.
So the Bible verse is them saying, hey, I'm Christian, and I'm wearing your hat.
Right.
Like, it's like an olive branch, and they rejected it.
Yeah, that's a very good way to look at it. I'm Christian. I believe in this, and I'm still wearing your hat. Let's talk. It's okay. We'll still be friends. We got baseball. But what are you getting so angry about?
Also comes full circle too. It comes full circle to they're trying to just eradicate the fabric of our country, the things that are important to us: family, faith, country.
Well, they hate family.
Patriotism. All those are bad.
Yeah, well, like I say, a lot of people hate themselves. I don't have a good family. I don't like my father. I don't like my mother. So I don't want you to have a good family. Yeah. Everyone has to have a bad family because I'm angry.
I think he really feels that way because he keeps talking.
Yeah, I do. I do really feel that way. I feel that people who are so hateful hate themselves.
He feels me sometimes.
Oh, I can't do it. It's a glass table. Here, so I can't.
Genesis 9.
Get him a hat. Get him an Astro hat. Get him a giant hat.
Well, whenever you have hate, it has to be anti-Bible.
Yeah.
Because the Bible is love.
100%.
And so anything hateful is against the Bible. Yeah. So that's what they did. Now, I wonder if they would have put a verse from the Quran on their hat.
Oh, that would have been fine, because then you'd be anti-Islam if you said, I don't want that.
Right,
you know? So,
you know, and I noticed they never attack Islam.
No.
When in every Islamic country, it's death if you are a homosexual.
Yeah.
They'll throw you off of a building. Which is
I'm
Sicilian. Unless you owe us money, there's no reason to throw you off a building.
And so when you get those queers for Palestine, I'm like, do you understand?
It's unbelievable.
That you can't carry that sign in Gaza? You can't do that?
I used to have a summer house in Gaza. It was it was a summer in Gaza.
Yeah, and he had his pride flag out there. That's
Of course he did. What? Run it up the flagpole. So I think this is so disgusting of Major League Baseball. I just think originally when they went to Major League Baseball and they said, hey, we want you to acknowledge the whole month of June that we have special kinds of sexual orientation that we like to do. That's not heterosexual. It's every kind of other sexual orientation. And we want that as part of your brand to show the kids that there is other ways to have sex. And how does Major League Baseball go, hey, wait a minute. We don't care what sex you are. We don't care what race you are. Because to be honest with you, the one thing in this country, in this world, that brings people together is sports.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You could. I grew up in Bensonhurst. There were a lot of people who were anti-Semitic, who were anti-African American and stuff. And you know what? You got Michael Jordan. You're buying your son a Michael Jordan. Wow, you know, or Sandy Koufax. Yeah. Wow, he was the best. It just broke. It breaks every barrier.
That's actually a good point. Maybe that's why it's being attacked.
It's being attacked for that reason.
Everything is trying to divide us. Every single thing is trying to divide. The people in power are trying to divide us, but everything is being attacked. Every single thing, and that's
anything that could bring us together.
Yeah.
So that's why when you went to the guy who's head of the Republican Party and said, "Hey, we got to stop this because there are people who need help." And there are bad neighborhoods that need to be fixed. Yeah. And these people need to be safe to go to school so that and they're like, oh,
Yeah.
Calm down, calm down, Greg.
Yeah, if we fix the problem, we're not
Yeah,
going to
what are you needing me for?
Yeah, we don't want to fix the problem.
Greg, I got $20 million to clean up that neighborhood.
Yeah.
I need another $20 million.
Yeah, and I put $2 million to my cousin who's the head of this charity,
Yeah.
and $4 million for the guy who's going to do this in the neighborhood. I mean, they
And
don't
if
wanna
it's
clean
not
it up.
spent, they usually don't get it the following year.
I hear that all the time.
Yeah.
When I do my gigs, right? If I go into a school district to do the gig, they have to spend that money or they don't get it the next year.
Right.
That's why in government, in the military, it's the same way. If you have a budget and you don't use that budget by the end of the year, that's why a lot of these people, they have like a little surplus of money at the end of the year. They buy, ridiculous furniture for their offices and all this kind of stuff because they have to spend it. That's so bad for you and me. These people, these are Americans work their ass off for their money. And
You shouldn't need just spend it just to spend it.
No, there should be an incentive for you to save it.
Yeah.
So maybe the deal is you can keep 5% of it if you wind up saving the money, but who knows? I don't know. We're looking into it.
And so, what did you do before? You were in the military?
I was in the military. I was actually stationed in Crete, Greece during the final years of the Cold War. I was in Berlin when the wall came down.
No
which
kidding.
was pretty wild.
Well,
yeah.
thanks for
You
your
had nothing
service.
to do with that, right? The wall falling down?
No, but it was funny. I that day.
He tried to put it back up.
No, not the Berlin Wall, the other wall.
But I was over there. It was like a surprise that it opened up. It wasn't planned that way.
Right.
So I had a guy chop a big chunk out of it.
Oh, you have a piece?
Oh yeah, it's hanging on my wall. But I was coming back on a military transport, and the guy says to me, he goes, "What is that?" I said, "It's a piece of the Berlin Wall." So he goes, "You can't bring that. That's from the Eastern Bloc." I was like, "It's got graffiti on it. It's from the West Side." So I got it back.
Right,
Yeah.
right. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And that's why I always believe that one of the great things about having Trump is because he wasn't a politician. And I always lean towards someone who's been in the military, who's running for office, because there's that moral system. There's that system embedded in them that if it makes the country better, that's the main thing.
That's exactly
and that's
right.
why I always lean towards candidates.
Yeah, but there's sometimes there are people like just as like I was a cop. There's some cops that just hide behind that. Well, I was
You
a
were a
cop.
cop?
Yeah.
You were a cop? Oh, wow.
So there's some people that say, "Well, I was a cop." Yeah, but it doesn't mean you were good. It doesn't mean you know what
That's
you're talking
true.
about. Because there are
Yeah.
guys that are in the military that run for office that want to be the counter productive, or they want the counter side of it. There's that guy. He's a senator. He just lost in his primary with an M. Anyway, he just lost. I think he got primaried.
Okay.
And he's out. But he was a military guy.
Yeah.
We will be back with the last segment after these messages from the America First Warehouse.
Me, Joe the Box, the America First Warehouse, most patriotic venue in all the land.
The America First Warehouse, a beacon for all to see, a symbol of unity. For the patriots of America, we stand tall and free. In the America First Warehouse, where our hearts will always be.
The America First Ultra MAGA Store. For all your MAGA needs. We sell t-shirts, tumblers, flags, hats, sneakers, bumper stickers, and a whole lot more. The most patriotic America First retail store. The America First Ultra MAGA Store.
Let's go!
Rav family, it's time to stand up and fight back.
We have to be tough.
Join fellow patriots at the America First Warehouse for AMAC's Boot Camp for Patriots.
Yes, sir!
An incredible two-day event designed to teach you how policy gets implemented, how grassroots movements create change, and how you can help shape the future of America.
Proud and free and standing tall.
On June 19th, don't miss Real America's Voice live, on site, with a special taping of Live from Studio 6B, The Freedom Truck, live music and barbecue. And on June 20th, it's Vendor Village, followed by AMAC's Boot Camp for Patriots live event. Tickets are limited and going fast. Scan the QR code now and reserve your spot today. 2 days of training, fellowship, and action brought to you by AMAC. Get your tickets now before they're gone.
Do it!
First Warehouse was really the most patriotic venue that you can ever imagine. We wanted to build something for people to be able to come to and feel so comfortable and so relaxed, because there is nothing out there like it. We give an opportunity for people to really feel good about themselves and about this great country.
And we are back with That's What I'm Talking About, the podcast that goes over other issues of the week that you might not have heard of. We are going to tackle the last topic, and this is not really a headline, but I see all over the news and all over newspapers and news shows, and they're all saying the same thing, that the 250-year celebration is a fiasco now.
Is it?
That's the narrative now. The narrative now is that Trump, of course, is planning the most spectacular celebration of this country. So they want to bring that down with all their bullshit and misinformation. So all you hear now is it's a fiasco. He's turning it into, it's not a fiasco. Everyone's having a great time.
100%.
The UFC thing was a magnificent event. Flyovers, it's going to be great. But all they could do is the media getting together and saying it's all manufactured hate against Trump. Milli Vanilli is pulling out of the.
Oh no! Who else are we gonna get to lip sync?
Meanwhile, one's dead.
Was he really supposed to play?
Yeah, Millie. Yeah. I think it was Millie.
Was it Vanilli?
It could have been Vanilli.
I'm not sure.
Or Rocky Road. That's what
It does sound like an ice cream at Ben and Jerry's, right?
You know. I'm getting hungry.
Not that I would ever eat Ben and Jerry's, but it sounds like an ice cream.
See, this is the same thing. They'll tell you something that you obviously know is not true.
Yeah.
And then they'll say, don't you see it's true? How could this be successful if Milli Vanilli is pulling out?
If Milli Vanilli's not doing it, must be unpatriotic, because everybody in school has always been taught when you're talking about patriotism, Milli Vanilli's name pops up.
When we bombed Iran, I said, what does Milli Vanilli think about this?
I always think, what would Milli Vanilli do?
I can remember when we just won the gold medal in hockey. I was like, where's Milli Vanilli in the stands? I didn't see him, but I know they were there in spirit.
But you hit on something too with the media, right?
Right.
How do these people call themselves journalists anymore?
I don't know.
Not journalists
A journalist is
anymore.
supposed to administer the information, and if they have an opinion on it, they're supposed to explain, this is my opinion. They don't do that anymore.
But
they
even
push
then,
propaganda and agenda.
that would be an op-ed. That's not a journalist. To me, I always thought and brought up that a journalist reports the news.
The truth.
Right. Doesn't create the news. Doesn't create
exactly.
a narrative to fit their bias.
Yep.
So they're not,
That's
they're
what they do.
op-edding. All these people, and when did late night talk show hosts all of a sudden think they're journalists?
Right.
They get up there in an
exactly.
echo chamber and they sit there and pretend to cry and care.
Right.
As they live. Now, I was in L.A. filming a movie out there, right? And I said to my partner, who's a great guy, but he's center left, I'm center right, but you could talk, and we talk.
Right.
You know, and I said, he says, oh, man, we don't have a permit. We better get the hell out of here. I was like, wait a minute, you don't have a permit. We're going to get arrested. He goes, come on. And they didn't arrest people for looting here. Yeah. No, they do. No, they don't. This is California. It's LA. So I'm there. We're in Beverly Hills. We're shooting on the block without a permit.
Right.
And we see every house on that block is set back maybe 25 yards at least. Big gates with
hedges
and cameras,
walls
and intercoms, and I'm like, it's okay for you people to want to keep people out, but the single mom who's got to go back into the projects at 10 o'clock at night, it's not okay for them to do it.
It's like the Pope. The Pope came out and said, the wall, don't build the wall. It's immoral to keep people out.
Pretty sure the Vatican has one.
Yeah,
I mean, just when I was there, I saw it. You know,
for 1,000 years, the Vatican has had a wall, a 40-foot wall, completely around it.
And to get in, you got to buy a ticket.
Right.
And you have someone shushing you. You know,
and it works because there hasn't been one Mexican Pope, so it keeps them out.
So it's obviously it
works. Walls work. So we're going to get into a little bit with Mr. Hack, but this is the same thing with ICE. What do? They pay 50 people, go over the ICE thing, start throwing shit, and start screaming and bullhorning, and we'll send our news crew, and we'll report that. There's 50 people there yelling, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
When 99% of the neighborhood that you just took the pedophile out and the murderer and the rapist are like, keep them in there.
Right.
But that's what they did. They created a false narrative that we want them out.
Yeah, and then every lunatic who lives in his mother's basement has nothing to do during the day. Says, oh, there's a protest? Well, I might as well go make some friends. I'm going to go protest too.
Right.
And that's how it gathers steam. But the regular person who says, no, I don't want that rapist or that pedophile or
Don't
that
point to
violent
me
criminal.
when you say rape.
I don't want that rapist or that pedophile.
that's
Use a
what's
general
good for thee
pointer.
is not good for me. Is
Yeah,
everything.
the normal person, like I said, when I was a cop, I used to see it all the time. People used to say, oh, don't people hate you? Like, no. The criminals hate us.
Yeah.
The regular people want us in the projects. They
Don't
want us
look
in
at
their
me when you say
neighborhood.
criminal.
The criminals don't want us.
Shut your mouth.
But the
you
regular
rat
people.
Where were you a cop?
I was in New York City. I was in the 109 in Flushing.
Oh, God bless you.
And I was under when Dinkins was the mayor and then when Giuliani took over.
Gotcha.
And I thought Dinkins was anti-cop. So when I met Dinkins, I was like, oh, this guy's anti-cop. He really wasn't. He just had a different point of view, and he was, I'm going to say incompetent as far as policing went.
Yeah.
So he wasn't a bad man in general. I only met him twice. And
I thought he was the worst until I seen what followed him.
Oh, yeah.
With de Blasio and this guy, I'm like, man,
Now de
I put
Blasio
Dinkins
is
in any time over there.
Now de Blasio is anti-cop. Dinkins didn't want crime in his name, but de Blasio doesn't care. He doesn't give a shit about anything. Oh, I can't say that word. But he don't care. He doesn't care at all. He's such a communist and such an elitist and such a smug little.
So smug, yeah.
Oh my God, he's a.
But that's who my opponent chose to work for and defend his policies.
Right.
And coincidentally,
how could you be in the same room with him?
Thank you. I didn't need a shower if I was in the other.
Oh,
room.
he's a terrible human being.
But Giuliani, like everything he did for the city to make it better, to make it safer. I mean, the city was lost before he got it.
Yeah, now you don't have to like the guy, and I don't care. I'm not having dinner with him.
Right.
But his policies are making my life better.
100%.
And they did. Did I like Giuliani as a person? I thought he was an arrogant guy. I met him
I
and
love
stuff.
the guy. He just endorsed me last night. He's
No,
amazing.
but I mean, I'm saying
You
as a cop,
son of a bitch.
as a cop, he said he's going to give us raises.
What the hell is wrong with you?
He said he was going to give us raises, and he did.
That's America's man.
I know. But that's a great point.
Yeah.
But I loved working for him, even though he didn't give us the raises he said he was going to.
You don't have to love anybody.
I just loved working for him. It wasn't a personal thing.
Yeah.
It was he's a much better mayor, and he's making my life much better by making this city so much safer.
He's done so much.
So
for
he
this
gets
city.
all my respect
After
for that.
9/11.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go.
Unbelievable.
We're gonna go. Greg Hock for Congress. It says defend Long Island, deport illegals, defeat the left.
Exactly.
Defend Long Island. I don't think people realize that it really needs to be defended.
Absolutely.
Because it's being attacked.
How many of us are
In
leaving
a lot of
here?
different ways.
We're leaving here because we can't afford it. We're leaving here because we see the districts of the schools being indoctrinated.
That's a big point. Affordability is a huge thing. I mean, the cost of a single family house now in Nassau County is $815,000.
Oh my God.
You can't attract young people to come in, and when you can't do that, you have an older, more dependent population.
Right.
And then you don't have the creativity, the entrepreneurial spirit the young people bring, more jobs. I mean, most jobs come from small business.
Right.
And if you're not creating that,
And if you're not for law enforcement, it's being attacked.
Yeah.
So that's part of the defend Long Island. And if you're on Long Island and you see, hey, we got to defend Long Island, just think about that. You're under attack. You need someone to defend you. If you don't change it up, it's just going to get worse.
100%.
And that
It's
shouldn't
like
be
a bad
partisan.
tooth.
That should be a partisan
It
issue.
shouldn't, but also we're at the 250th anniversary of our country.
Right.
250 years. It's no longer time for politics as usual. Good people need to step up and
Exactly.
actually represent the people because we're not being represented.
And straight talkers.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
exactly.
straight talkers like what you're doing here. I mean, I don't see any politics coming out of you. Honestly, I just met you.
Yeah, no.
I don't see any politics. You
I'm
seem
who
like
I
a
am.
I'm the
regular
one
guy.
bringing it up.
Yeah, no, but,
But I got one more. We got two more. Deport illegals.
Yeah.
If you don't understand that you must deport the illegals, I'm not saying, and no one's saying, this is the narrative again. Why? They're family people. They pay taxes. Yes, some of them are. But there are hundreds of thousands of pedophiles and rapists and murderers and gangbangers. And if you are not self-deporting, the only way to get to them is to just deport them all.
100%. Like, you know, I understand anybody coming from wanting to come here.
Of
I
course.
totally get it. Anybody wants to make their family better,
Right.
do right for their kids and their family. I get it. But the person who sits in this chair is representing 780,000 Americans in this district.
Right.
People who pay taxes, people who work hard and do the right thing. It's not up to the people that we empower to represent us to go out there and give away the stuff that we're working for, because it's
Right.
hard enough to make it for people out there.
Or to say that somebody who's a sexual offender that was in jail in
that's
South
insane to me.
America for being a sexual predator is okay to live next door to you. And if you say anything, you could even be fined or imprisoned for saying it.
Yeah, we need to do better. We need to watch out for our kids. Our kids aren't being protected, man. We got.
Yeah, I mean,
it's unbelievable.
If you're on
to me.
any line at all and someone gets in front of you, you're going to be angry at it.
Right.
So
Yeah.
also you're hurting the very people you think you're helping.
Right,
You're letting
you're
people who cut the line get in front of the people who are trying to do it the right way.
100%.
And that's not fair. Just on the smallest of levels, you're illegal as soon as you cross over illegally.
So you're defending it. Deporting illegals is really part of the defense of it. Because if you don't, it'll be a haven and more will come. And if you think it's bad now, and then the last one, it says defeat the left. Now, 10 years ago, I would not have agreed with that.
Yeah.
But now the left has become so insane, hate-filled. Get rid of the scripture on your helmet. Get rid of the LGBT comes first. Illegals come first. We got 1 minute. You want to wrap this up, my friend?
Yeah, I hope you come out on June 23rd and vote for Greg Hack in New York's 3rd Congressional District. I'm a regular guy. I'm from the district. I raised my family here. I built 2 of the top law firms in New York. Each one recovered over $1 billion. I did 9/11 cases for free, and I never did a press release or anything like that. I did that because I love my country and the people in it. I have a history of public service, and I'm the guy to vote for. There's no question.
Greg Hack for Congress. I couldn't agree more that you are the best man for this job.
Thank you. Thank you.
And Scott Baker will be playing.
Well, I'm going all over, but the big thing is I'm going out to L.A. I have a movie coming out, Orange Justice. It's based on the sitcom we had that was on Amazon Midtown. And
I gotta check that
and
out.
I'm not in it. Thank you.
I was going to ask if it was Lethal Weapon if you were.
Thank you for watching. That's what I'm talking about from America First Warehouse, the most patriotic venue in the land.
I'm not in it.
For the patriots of America, we stand tall and free in the America First Warehouse, where our hearts will always be. America First Warehouse, a beacon for all to see, a symbol of hope, a symbol of unity. For the patriots of America, we stand tall and free in the America First Warehouse.